What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video I'll be adding yet another part into the What If Naruto was in the Anbu series. This is due to the really good reception that the last part of this got, and just due to the overall good reception to this What If series as a whole. If you guys want another part to the Anbu What If tomorrow, make sure to hit the like goal of 7,000 likes before I drop tomorrow's video, being about 20 hours or so. If you guys don't hit that daily like goal, I'll probably drop another part to the Itachi What If, but I may not. I may drop something else, so we'll see. Anyways, as usual, I'll be recapping the last part of the series before jumping into the new material. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the last part of this What If, we basically had just gotten into the first part of Shippuden, really just reintroduced the characters back into the series, talked about a little bit of the time skip that would happen, explained Sasuke's power-up, or if you're, new to the channel, you may think power's right, but it's really a power-up, right? But we explained Sasuke's power-up in the series, giving him the Mangekyo Sharingan. Basically went back into a little bit of a flashback to kind of give some explanation, some exposition for Sasuke and Naruto's relationship, and just kind of explain where the characters are in their journey and what they're going to do from there on. So we left off with Sasuke and Naruto leaving their home in the forest to go attack on Konoha and kill Danzo. So that's where we'll jump into the story. Now, like I said, we left off with Sasuke and Naruto entering the village for the first time in years. The two ninja completely shut off their presence, knowing that stealth until reaching the foundation will be of the absolute utmost importance. As the two leap off of the village wall, they both scan the area for their landing point, and confirm that no one will be able to spot them when they land. Immediately, once they do that, the two look at each other and nod. They are about to activate or employ the plan of attack that they have had for 2 years. The two split up, running in opposite directions, with Sasuke charging straight for the foundation building and Naruto running towards the Hokage's office. They both know that if they don't, or if they can't, do their part in the mission, they won't be able to press forward and kill Danzo, so the determination on both of their parts is insanely high right now. As Naruto rushes throughout the village, he makes sure to run in blind spots where he knows surveillance is within the area, making sure that he basically isn't spotted, and uses body flicker to essentially make himself invisible within the areas where he will have to expose himself, leading to him reaching the Hokage's office rather quickly, safely, and without anybody spotting him. When he does, he rushes his way into the building. Naruto then takes in a deep breath, centering himself. He then sends lightning release into his right palm and prepares himself. He also reveals the Sharingan by moving his headband out of the way and rushes into the building, heading up to the Hokage's office. As he rushes in, he gets to his first obstacle, and before they even realize that they are there, before the ninja that was in there watching sees him, he stretches out his palm and slams it into his back, sending hundreds of bolts of electricity straight into his heart and brain, which knocks him unconscious nearly instantly. As the body is about to fall, Naruto catches the guy and hides him in a room that parts off from the hallway so that no one will be suspicious or no one will really see him. Naruto then proceeds to tase every Jonin, Chunin, or even Genin that stands between him and the Hokage's office, making sure that he doesn't really do any permanent damage, but just enough to stun them or knock them unconscious for a few hours. Just as he is about to enter the room, however, Naruto feels a familiar presence, and his Sharingan sees a bunch of chakra moving towards him, and he leaps away from the doors. It reveals himself to be Kakashi Hatake, who walks out of the Hokage's office with papers in his hand, and whistling while he leaves the room, with Naruto just barely escaping his field of vision. Naruto then lets out a sigh of relief. If I would open that door without sensing Kakashi, I would have failed right then and there. I've got to be more careful. Naruto shakes his head a couple of times to get refocused and just, recenter himself, and he opens the door. Jiraiya turns over to answer whoever opened the door and sees a kunai fly past his face. What the? Jiraiya then looks at the kunai as it flies by him and he sees someone attacking within its reflection. This makes him spin and throw a kick that is blocked by Naruto. Now when Jiraiya sees this, Naruto makes eye contact with him for a brief second. Naruto, is that? Those are the only words that Jiraiya can utter before Naruto uses a genjutsu that knocks Jiraiya unconscious, and also sends his memory back just a few seconds before he actually had the encounter with Naruto, meaning that he won't be remembered. Naruto then walks over to Jiraiya and places him within the chair with his head down, making it look as if he just fell asleep. "Forgive me, Lord Fifth, but I must complete this mission, no matter what." Naruto then runs out of the building, ready to go over to Sasuke and have the second part of the plan put into action, which is when he sees a huge dust cloud go up into the air near the foundation. Naruto sighs as he sees that Sasuke is having trouble with his part of the mission. "Damn it, Sasuke. You're supposed to be able to handle this." Naruto then rushes over to help Sasuke. Now, we briefly switch perspectives over to Sasuke, who is now dodging an attack from a Jonin, Asuma, who spotted him as Sasuke arrived to the foundation. Dang, the plan was going so well too. Sasuke then dodges one of the kunai from Asuma and kicks him in the chest. "I really didn't want to bring this out, but if I keep taking it easy on you, we'll attract too much attention. I'm going to end this here." Sasuke then activates his Sharingan, dodging another one of Asuma's attacks, but this time is able to position himself in a way where just for the briefest of seconds, their gazes intertwine and Asuma is vulnerable to the Genjutsu that Sasuke activates. Asuma immediately comes crumbling to the ground, which stops all of the commotion. "Alright now, if Naruto will hurry up and get here, we can continue." Sasuke then sees a blur of motion, and Naruto is then there, looking extremely displeased with Sasuke. "You idiot, I saw that plume of smoke all the way from the Hokage's office. What are you over here doing?" Naruto then hits Sasuke on the back of his head before pulling his own headband down. "Sorry, Naruto, but while I was waiting for you, I was caught up." Naruto then scoffs. "We need to hurry up and finish this mission. I say we have a couple of hours before all the people that I tased wake up pretty angry. Let's go into the third phase of the plan." Sasuke nods as both of them activate the transformation jutsu, making themselves look like inconspicuous Anbu members as they enter the foundation doors. As the two are walking, Naruto is breaking everything down once more just for good measure, really explaining to Sasuke who and what they're going to be going up against. Remember, there are 3 huge threats to us within the Anbu that will affect this mission. Yamato, he's an elite ninja and more problematically is adept with the first Hokage's wood style jutsu. Keep an eye on him and don't let his wood style ensnare you. If you do, the fight might end there. Next, Sai, who is another Anbu member that I worked very closely with and know the abilities of. His taijutsu is very adept, and his art beast mimicry is even deadlier than that. Don't let him pull out a scroll and draw, and you should be able to limit his combat efficiency. Finally, there's Danzo, the objective of this mission. The full scope of his abilities are unknown to me, which makes him the most dangerous and a likely wild card. He has multiple Sharingan on his arm, and he has one Mangekyo level Sharingan hidden behind the bandages on his face. Keep this in mind as well. Danzo seems to be able to rewrite his death or injury, whether that is related to the Sharingan or not, or whether it's a Sharingan ability, is unbeknownst to me. But don't let your guard down until after you kill him, and even then, keep your guard up. Sasuke nods, taking in all of this information, processing it, and then hyping himself up as he kneads up his chakra, kneading it and making it stronger. Final thing, Sasuke. Don't reveal your Mangekyo Sharingan until we fight Danzo together. Your Mangekyo needs to be a surprise, and that may be able to catch him off guard. Naruto then makes a shadow clone that runs off to do something for him, while he and Sasuke, as Anbu, or disguised as Anbu, leap into the shadows of the ceiling. Naruto and Sasuke both move throughout the hideout until they see Danzo and locate him. Naruto and Sasuke are both radiating anger and a cold, dark passion to kill Danzo right then and there, but they keep their bloodlust under control, making sure that it does not leak out of their bodies. The clone then comes back to him and hands him what he was sent to find, the Executioner's blade, Zabuza's old blade. Naruto grips his sword, squeezing the handle twice and swinging it silently within the air to regain his feel for the sword. Oh man, you don't know how much I've missed this sword. It's a killing machine. Alright, Sasuke, I'll attack first. If Yamato and or Sai appear, I'll face them since I know their abilities and their fighting patterns, while you hold off Danzo from the shadows, okay? Sasuke nods. Alright, Naruto, it's finally time to get our revenge. Naruto then pulls out all of his chakra, or pours all of his chakra into his legs, before he leaps off of the ceiling towards Danzo, Executioner's blade in hand. He is silently approaching his body, and as he swings his blade down to slice Danzo in half, his blade is then kicked away, throwing off the attack's course and merely slicing Danzo's arm off, not decapitating him or slicing him in half like he wanted to. As this happens, Naruto then chastises himself for being countered so easily, and he bounces away from this attack, and, bounces away from the attack that missed its mark. Damn it. You seem to have improved, Sai. Just 2 years ago, an attack like that would have been far too fast for you. Have you been training? Naruto then holds his blade in front of him, ready and concentrating. Sai then chuckles quietly to himself when Naruto says this, making him a bit confused. Naruto, I have gotten stronger, but I'll tell you this. In that swing, it lacked something. It lacked the killer intent that you were all so well known for. So I think instead of me being stronger, it may just be you that has gotten weaker. Naruto's grip on his sword tightens. His knuckles turn white, and a drop of sweat falls from his nose. Always the observant one, Sai. You're right. But let's see if I'm still better than you even in my weakened state. Naruto then leaps at Sai and swings his blade down at Sai, although he does miss the mark once more. Just as he is about to leap at Sai once more, Naruto feels a tingle up his spine and backflips over an attack that Yamato just sent at him. Whoa there, Yamato. I'll get to you in a second. Just let me handle Sai first. Naruto makes the hand sign for shadow clones and makes 100 of them. Scatter. Once Naruto says this, 99 of the 100 shadow clones that he made were into the depths of the foundation, getting ready to face off against the inevitable reinforcements that Danzo would end up calling for. There were one remaining shadow clone, then faces off against Yamato to hold him off. Naruto then cracks a smile as he starts diving deeper and deeper into his previous battle instincts, slicing, getting sliced, attacking, getting attacked. Each time he cuts into Sai's flesh, and each time the vice versa happens, Naruto's growing stronger and catching back up to his normal self and entering that form. Meanwhile, Danzo is watching this fight with a clear smile on his face. This smile, this smug attitude in general, makes Sasuke's anger boil, but he refrains from attacking until he knows that he'll have to do something, so he continues building up chakra within his body. As he builds this chakra, however, as he watches Danzo, the one who had essentially ruined the life of Naruto, Itachi, and himself, something within Sasuke snaps. He decides that he can kill Danzo with his Mangekyo abilities, so he will. He then activates his Mangekyo Sharingan and uses Amaterasu to off-guard Danzo and light him up like a candle. Now when Danzo is hit with this, he is immediately flailing and throwing his body to the ground, just trying to stop the unimaginable pain from those eternal fires. He takes off the seal on his arm and activates his first round of Izanagi, which allows him to rewrite his death. He then searches around, looking for Itachi since, for all Danzo knows, the only one able to spawn those hell-like flames is Itachi Uchiha himself. He calls out to him, and Sasuke knows that he has the advantage. He has the intelligence advantage, and therefore, he should be able to win. Sasuke changed his position so that Danzo doesn't spot him, and Naruto at this point, even his clone, was able to take down Yamato with him gradually growing stronger, and with him and Sai fighting pretty equally at this point. They're both slashing, both being slashed, countering, kicking, punching, attacking. Neither of them able to really gain the upper hand. Come on, Naruto, reveal that insane killer intent, or do you not have it anymore? Have all those years spent with your friends, spent with Sasuke, weakened you? Sai then kicks Naruto in the chest and backflips away from him. Naruto's body is starting to take a serious beating from an extended fight with Sai, and he heavily considers using that form on Sai. The form that Sai keeps goading him to use. The form that he really desires to use and he wants to bring out. But he shakes his head, trying to regain his determination to never reveal that side of him once more, and he charges back at Sai without any change, which results in close quarters combat between them, which is where Naruto has a massive advantage. He's able to kick Sai into the air before then locking him in place and body slamming him to the ground, knocking him unconscious. After this, Naruto himself falls to his knees and catches his breath for a bit before getting up and facing off against Danzo himself. Naruto cracks his knuckles and back before lifting up his headband and staring Danzo down and tightening his grip on the executioner's blade. Naruto's body is quivering with an unimaginable rage and bloodlust for Danzo, but he tries to keep these feelings under control as he faces down his once teacher and mentor. Danzo, you know what I'm here for. You know why I went missing from the village for 2 years, and you know that I'm stronger than you. Naruto then takes in a deep breath, re-energizing and rejuvenating his body. Now die, Danzo. Naruto then blitzes over to Danzo and slices him in half from the waist up, tearing him apart and spilling his blood onto the ground and onto him. Naruto's Sharingan then shines as he basically turns around. Naruto then, in the same movement, swings his blade back down in front of him and blocks a strike from Danzo, who used Izanagi to attack from behind. "I see through your attacks, Naruto." Danzo says this. But Naruto can never see through Danzo as well, as his Sharingan gleams with energy and he pushes Danzo back. Sasuke then leaps down from the shadows of the ceiling. "Naruto, you think that you have won just because you saw through one of my many attacks. But don't forget that any event, any happenstance that is unfavorable for me, I'll just rewrite it. Reality itself is my plaything." Danzo then shoots a wind bullet that Naruto tries to block with the Executioner's blade. As he does this, however, it penetrates the blade and shoots a hole straight through it and Naruto's abdomen. As this happens, Naruto feels an immense amount of blood spill from this wound and his vision blurs. Ugh. He knows that his kidney was blown up from this attack, and Sasuke yells Naruto's name, clearly distracted by Danzo hurting his friend. This means that Sasuke is distracted and is then kicked by Danzo and sent flying into a nearby wall. "Naruto, you earlier said that you were stronger than me." Danzo then brings his foot up and slams it directly into Naruto's ribs, making him release a slight groan in pain. "You used to surpass me, Naruto, but having friends made you soft. It made you weak. It made you human and not just a killing machine like I made you. The moment you disobeyed me is the moment you lost everything that made you strong, Naruto." With each word, Danzo keeps kicking Naruto, driving his foot deeper and deeper into his ribs, bruising Naruto's body, brutalizing him. As Naruto takes this beating, he hears a voice within his head. "He's right, you know. About the bloodlust, about the killer intent, about you being weaker. You are." Naruto responds, "I know he is right, but I don't want to use that part of me anymore. That's not what I am." Naruto responds, or this response happens in his own head once again. "Then kill Danzo. He is the last reminder of your past. Kill him. You can truly leave that part behind if you do." Naruto's mind comes to a consensus as Danzo kicks Naruto into a nearby wall. Naruto struggles to his feet and reaches for something behind him. As his eyes change, his chakra starts swirling around him, healing his wounds. Naruto then pulls out his old Anbu mask and slips it on, showing his willingness to reveal his old side and let that side take over him once more. "Danzo, you were right. I had gotten weaker. But let's change that right now!" Naruto's eyes then go back to that glint of craziness, that glint of psychopathy and bloodlust that they once had. And then, in that single moment, Naruto charges. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to end part 11 to the What If Naruto was in the Anbu series. I could just tell, like, I'm not seeing the premiere because it's pre-recorded, but I could just tell, like, there's going to be, like, 100 people that are, like, streaming at me, like, berating me for leaving you guys on the cliffhanger, but I kind of like doing it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Like, I enjoy it. It's funny. But, you guys know you'll be getting another part to this soon enough. Whether or not you guys hit the daily like goal, you'll probably get it if you don't hit the daily like goal the day after tomorrow. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. You guys will be getting your fix, getting your Anbu What If in general. Just to let you guys know, that you guys have been talking or asking me in Discord, Instagram, how I'm working on the animation. I'm going to be real with you guys. That is extremely difficult, right? Like, animation in general is just hard to do. So I'm not going to put, like, a date for it or an expectation on it. Just know that when it happens, I will let you guys know, like, the first part, like, to an animated thing. I'm also working on, like, my story that I've been working on, along with Project X, and a few other What If series that I'm going to have in the background that I may release, like, back to back, like in a full thing. Like, say there's 12 parts, I may release in like a 12-day series thing, but who knows. Just a lot of big projects, a lot of me trying to, like, branch not away from what ifs, but branch more into storytelling in general. So I appreciate you guys supporting me along this journey. I do want to grow and develop into, like, what this channel will really be about. But hey, I'll let you guys know more about that, in community tabs, Twitter, all that good stuff. So as usual, without me rambling on for too long, links to all the good stuff down below, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And as usual, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, this is Anime X, signing off.